Do not turn off the lights and do not close the door. Simple things, Enzo.
Today's video is going to be really exciting because I will be doing a reaction video on one of my favorite YouTube personalities, and she is just amazing and she's so funny, and I really hope that you guys enjoy this. For you guys who don't know me, my name is Nikki and I am a singing teacher and a voice coach here in Los Angeles, California. My studio is located in Temple City, California. I also do online classes, so if you guys are interested to have a class or a session or sessions with me, click on the links below and let's get started.
Hi guys, it's your girl, Mimi. Oh yeah. Mabak sa kantahan natin, oo, Enzo. Alam mo ba yung vocalizination ni Sim?
Alam ko, pero hindi ko siya magawa ng tama.
Kasi
kaya mali yung pagkanta ko.
Yung litid mo talaga, unti puputok na lang yun. Hindi ka kasi nag-vocalizination ni Sim. Vocalizination ni Sim. Okay, repeat 2 times.
Vocalization is...
Enzo, ayusin mo!
Vocalization.
Bale. Vocalizinationism. 8 syllables. What?
Vocalizinationism. So that basically is a tongue twister if you think about it, right? And why do singers and actors use it a lot? Well, it helps us with articulation. Articulation means how we express and phonate and enunciate our words using our tongue, our lips, the caves or the walls of our mouth, how relaxed our jaws are. So singers and actors, we use this a lot as part of our vocal warm-up. And the harder the phrase, the better, right? But a lot of times it assists on the R sounds and the L sounds, okay? So there's a lot of R and L's that pop up. So R, lifting up the palate, L, getting in touch with the tip of your tongue. So a lot of that. So that's what tongue twisters are for. So in that exercise, I say, yes, Mimiya, you are so right.
Pero hindi ko siya magawa ng tama.
Kasi
kaya mali yung pagkanta ko.
Yung litid mo talaga, unti puputok na lang yun. Hindi ka kasi nag-vocalization ni Sim.
I'm just gonna clarify this, but sometimes when you see singers and their veins popping up all over the place around their neck, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're holding a lot of unnecessary tension on their neck. It just could be, you know, that's the way their body is, or genetics as well. I know for sure when I smile in the camera, I've often been told to relax because they'll see lines. See that right there? If I twist it, you'll see lines right away. It doesn't mean that I'm tight or anything, or I'm holding so much tension, or I'm smiling too hard like this. No, it just means that they just want to show up, you know? So it's all right. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Ayan, oo, ayan. Napansin mo nag-loosen up yung tension sa jaws mo.
Sa mata. Parang ma-express.
Ma-express ko rin song ng tama. Okay, first vocalizinationism natin. Oo, Enzo. Kasi di ba parang pag vocalizinationism, may voice parate, ganyan. This time, walang voice. Parang mga soft notes, nakihit mo siya. Like this. So, alam mo, masasayang yung bayad ng tatay mo dito sa coaching na ito eh.
So this is an actual exercise, and I really don't know where she's getting her tips, but man, she is on top of this vocal warm-up. Well, basically, this is what we call visualization. Okay, so when we visualize, so here's a couple of things. As singers and probably actors and actresses, we can't always be using our voice to practice it because, well, we're gonna get so tired, right? Unless you're a professional and you're so used to, so as singers and actors, we can't really depend on using our voice a lot, especially if we're just going to practice. We like to save those for actual gigs and, you know, the actual shows, or if we're teachers and educators, we want to make sure we utilize that during our sessions with our students, right? So during our downtimes, we like to be very smart with practice. So visualization gives us exactly that. So when we have like a sheet music or our piece, we look at the piece and we look at the song, and we're recreating and visualizing and singing it in our head. So singing it in our head, yes, but also just like what Mimiya does, we're imagining our tongue placement, raising our cheekbones, our articulation, our phrasing, all of that. So in other words, we are thinking about our attack. Okay, so that's literally what visualization means. As simple as, like, let's say if I am singing a song, any song that requires me to start from probably my mixed voice, my upper register, let's say, I'm gonna visualize myself singing from that note already, okay? And maybe pushing out my stomach as well, and maybe raising my cheekbones in the action so that I look like this. Let's say that this is my sheet music. So it's not like I'm just, right? I'm acting it, and the only missing piece is my voice, but everything else, my bodily actions, they're right there and they're on point. That is effective practice. So, good job, Mimiya. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Drink your water, bitch. Cheers. Ganyan. Ang mangyayari dito is like, iinamin mo siya, hindi mo lulunukin.
Nilunok po sis.
Hindi nilunok ko rin eh. Pagka ganyan mo, hindi mo ilulunukin. Imumumugin mo with voice like this. Tsaka mo lulunukin. No. Oh, diba?
Oh my gosh. So, okay, this is really funny. There's no scientific backup to this, but I actually did a post on my Instagram. This was like a week ago. But when I was in school, my voice teacher felt like I had a really tight throat, and I just felt really closed. And he was like, look, he did this like disclaimer where he went, look, there's no scientific backup to this, but he was like, I found this very useful. So again, like, I'm actually giving him credit for this because I still use this to this very day. But it was exactly what Mimiya's doing, okay? And I know she's just poking fun, but there's actually some sort of thing there, right? And if you're a vocal coach or a singing teacher and you know the explanation to this, please comment down below or like contact me or what have you, because I would love to talk to you. But instead of what they were doing was gargling it, right? So I think they were just like kind of swooshing it around their mouth. And it was just hitting like the walls of their mouth. What I actually do is I gargle. So gargle, so here's what I'm gonna do. And already you can feel the walls around, or my neck, just kind of loosening up there. And you're able to, and you just feel like this opening. La! I don't know, it just feels so good. It's probably, and one of my students was like, maybe it's the vibration around the neck. I'm like, I don't know, but it works, okay? And I'd like to thank my vocal coach for that. And now Mimiya is also doing the same thing. So try it, let me know. Actually, try it and comment down below and see, and let me know if it works for you, okay? I've gotten really good feedback. I did a poll on Instagram and 100%, I got 100%, you guys, said it works. Okay, so again, Mimiya, I love her so much.
Diba?
Parehas na parehas.
Hindi mo ako mapapantayan. Onti ko pa eh, onti pa training. Kaya, dapat willing to learn talaga tayo. Okay, game.
That's so important. As singers and actors, what they said here was really important, was that you have to be willing to learn. I love that, that just came about randomly, I know, in a conversation and jokingly, but it's true. If you are taking classes, and this is really like in life in general, but if you are taking classes, especially in singing, you have to be willing to learn. and know that you don't know everything. Even for me, as an educator, as a singing teacher, and a vocal coach, I wouldn't say that I don't know everything just yet. And guess what? 100% of us here on YouTube and anywhere in the world, we don't. So we don't have all the answers. But the fact that we are willing to learn, I am willing to learn, this is how you get far and you get further and you get better, okay? So good job, Mimiya.
Your time tonight, girl.
Wait, Enzo, girl?
Ay, ano
Hindi tayo girl. Gay. Let's take our time tonight. Gay. May straight line, tas may
Okay, so there's a lot of things to uncover here, right? But first of all, as singing teachers and vocal coaches, our jobs are not to change the lyrics because copyright, but we just can't do that, right? So that's not part of our job, so just not a thing. What we do as singing teachers and vocal coaches is teach you how to use your tool, which is your voice and your throat, in a very healthy manner. Now, with this one though, the second part of what they were doing with that kind of notation that goes da-da, yeah, that's not bad at all, okay? It's correct teaching. I'm not gonna lie. Is it the best? No, I would have rather that it was softer to loud, like a little crescendo there. That would have been great. But considering that, I think the main part of the segment was changing the lyrics, changing the word altogether. I'm good with that.
Dynamic. Our time tonight. Gay. Mas maganda. Magugustuhin ni James. Diba?
May dynamics.
May dynamics at saka dimension.
Let's just clarify what dynamics are. Dynamics mean volume of the sound that you're playing or singing. So we're talking about soft to loud, right? To soft and loud sounds. That's mainly the definition. That's the formal definition of dynamics, is the volume of your acoustics. Dimensions, however, is more of texture. So it is the body. I mean, if you think about it, it's the body of your voice. So that's the texture. So that's completely different. That's like the bright tones or the fuzzy tones, right? Forward sounds and back sounds has everything to do with texture. So I'm not quite sure what they were referring to when it goes like, da-da. I think that's more of a note progression more than a dynamic or a texture thing. So, there.
No place I'd rather be in this world.
Okay naman, pero feeling ko lang mas may dating kung there's no place I'd rather be in this world. Mas maganda. Pang R&B. Feeling ko hinahanap ni Ate Reg.
Okay po.
So, first of all, Enzo's voice is so handsome, so beautiful, right? It's like so well-bodied. I really love his high tones. And, articulation is not that bad, honestly, with Mimiya, right? So when she says, better to add a little bit of riff there in the end, it's good to add variety, right? Is it always good to add variety at every end of the phrase? Probably not. So you want to spread out your energy when it comes to figuring out to how to make the song your own. Because at the end of the day, if you're doing a cover, you might as well come up with your own flavor. So my advice is to have that one flavor. So discover yourself and just have that signature flavor that you feel like you like and you enjoy the most. If you enjoy listening to it and hearing yourself, and you think that you could put that in any song and they'll be like, oh yeah, so-and-so sings it, right? Then go for it, right? But a signature is a signature, which means you don't do that in every phrase. So you want to keep it like, oh, I know for sure that's so and so because they do the specific trill in every song, but they don't do it in every phrase. So be mindful in how you change the cover. You want to make sure that it's not entirely full of riffs, okay?
Next, love it, Enzo. Next line.
Your eyes are where I'm lost in.
Your eyes is where I'm lost in.
Everywhere.
Are where my... So nawala ka, na-lost ka, naligaw ka. Eh bakit sa eyes? Your eyes is where I lost and found. Kasi nawala ka nga eh. So makikita ka dyan sa Lost and Found Center. Oo. Sa tabi yun ng cashier. Lost and Found Center. Your eyes is where I lost and found.
So there he is again changing the lyrics and but there.
Sa idol, ikaw na kaagad ang winner.
Tsaka sila hindi pa sila nakukuha sa isang... Underneath the chandelier.
Ang sharp. Ang sharp mo.
Sorry.
Dapat underneath the chandelier. Kasi natutulog yung kapatid ko. Bahay mo ba to, Enzo? Ang makasigaw ka ng chandelier. Ayan.
Okay, literally it's okay, so I can't get over it. Like every time I watch this, it just never gets old. But let's talk about the terminology that MIMIYUUUH has used. So it's not that Enzo was sharp, right? Because sharp has everything to do with pitch. So if you're sharp, that means you are a half step above the note that you're supposed to be singing, or relatively, right, around that. And then if you're flat, you're below the note. So you're like a half step lower below the note. Okay, so now we use that loosely, right? So here you're a bit sharp. So you're a bit like over the note. And like, dude, that sounded flat, right? So flat is a bit like, under the note. So very loosely used now. But in this case, Vicky was saying that it was a bit much. It was too strainy, if you will, right? And in her case, it was too loud because her brother's still sleeping. So good.
May
Sing all alone.
Okay, bigla na lakas.
There's no reason to hide what we're feeling inside right now.
Okay na, kasi nagising siya sa ginawa mo. So okay ka na mag-ingay. Nagigigil lang kasi.
So that's definitely a crescendo. What that is in singing that's a dynamic one. That's a dynamic mark. Okay, so I always tell my students when we sing, we want to sing like this, okay? And this is soft to loud, and then there's that gray space here. Give that your best, and then the crescendo or diminuendo, right? And that's exactly what they were doing here because you want a dramatic end, okay? I think what I would have preferred was this instead of this, okay? Right now. Or we're gonna go from there. Right now. Fade it out, okay?
Dapat may growl.
Right now.
Ayan, oo. Para magising yung audience. Makinig kayo sa akin. Growl.
Nagkaroon ng Let's just study and graduate. Too big on the floor.
Ooh, yeah. Dapat pinapakita mo sa mga kalabo mo, nahihirapan ka, pero shoota kayo, kaya ko to. Ganun. Ooh, yeah. Oo, dapat nang yayabang ka.
Ooh, yeah.
Oo, again, na-intimidate.
So what's so funny was that my dad actually said this to me before when I was really young, right? So it is kind of true. So this is more of stage presence now when you're performing. It has nothing to do with technique, but this is definitely stage presence. So when you're singing and performing on stage, right, there are some things that may look difficult or may actually be difficult to do, maybe for you, whatever that is, right? But on stage, you don't want to make it look difficult. You want to make it as if it's like nothing to you, just like what MIMIYUUUH was doing with that riff, right? She would just be like, oh, like I could still do it. Hello, whatever, right? Kind of thing. At the same time though, there are some things that are really simple to do. Like let's say belting on your comfortable range, and then you just kind of add a little bit of like glow, right? So like, right? When really it's you could do that just. Okay, so stage presence is everything, and you are putting on a show. So singing, yes, you're utilizing your voice, and that's the main event, but these other things like your bodily actions are accessories that you could definitely use to make your performance eye-catching, engaging, and entertaining. So I don't know about you guys, but I learned a lot from MIMIYUUUH'S videos, and the terminologies are a bit mixed up, but you know, it's there. You know, would I say that it's professional help? I don't think she would either, but because everything is just poking fun. And that's what we all need right now. You know what? If they're poking fun at this and it's feel good, then I'm in for it, right? We're all in for this, especially at the time that we're in right now, 2020. These are the type of videos that we need. Feel good. And I can play this over and over again, and I won't be like, oh, it's this video again. No, I could never get tired of listening and watching and laughing to MIMIYUUUH'S videos. So there you guys have it. That is my reaction video part 1. There's a couple more, and if you guys found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. I'll also link down MIMIYUUUH'S videos below the description box. This is a healthy community. Please be respectful with your comments on both mine and MIMIYUUUH'S channel. Again, if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll know that I have new videos every Friday. Until then, you guys, keep singing. Mwah!